エルダーからのね、依頼で、巡回任務ホロテープをね、探しに来て、なんだか成り行きでこのネリス空港にね、来ることになったんだけど、とりあえずホロテープ自体は回収したから、出てるついでにもう一つの任務をね、遂行するか。さてさて、ここかいね。
おい、開いてんじゃん。
これか。私はここに、これか。報告書をダウンロードする。ダウンロード完了。
Let's see what we've got here. Okay, yeah, this is the one I was thinking of. The pulse gun. Although maybe the rangefinder could work too. And it looks like the NCR was onto some miracle farming technology.
パルスガンとは何だ?
Electromagnetic weapon from before the Great War. Experimental. It never saw mass production. But they were building it as a countermeasure to power armor, which they feared the Chinese were developing. Supposedly a prototype was being housed at Nellis. Imagine what it could do to the Brotherhood. We'd be on equal footing with any idiot with a gun.
農業技術?
More or less. Supposedly it's a vegetation enhancer. NCR has a science branch headquartered at McCarran Airport. Guess they found something. Guess somebody wasn't very good at keeping secrets either. We'd never pursue it because it's not a weapon, but self-sufficiency is fundamental to us. If it works, they'd see the value of an alternate course.
距離測量機について教えてくれ。
It's a targeting device for some kind of doomsday weapon based at Helios 1. It was lost sometime after the war. We held Helios 1 for a time. Lost a lot of people defending it. Too many. All for this weapon they never got working. If it turns out to be a dud, it'd show how flawed our goals have been. Father Elijah said he thinks a scavenger might have sold it on the strip.
距離測量機に問題があるのかもしれない。ヘリオス1を復活させたが、武器にエネルギーを供給していないんだ。
Hell. Well, how could you know, right? Okay, two other options still on the table.
栽培技術について調べるべきだと思う。
Okay, what better way to persuade them than to give them a taste of what they stand to gain, right? Maybe the best place to start is to see what we can find out directly from the NCR. Let's head to their OSI office at McCarran.
探しに行こう。
I like the way you think.
よし。
Veronica, I hope...
I brought you a present. This disc has secrets to breeding plants that can thrive in the wasteland.
High Elder Maxon didn't found us to be botanists, Veronica.
Think about it. No more trading guns for food. Total self-sufficiency. It's what we always wanted.
This won't get us Hoover Dam.
Yes, it will. If we feed people, they'll support us. They'll join us.
What does the Codex say?
A bunch of close-minded bullshit.
We do not help them or let them in.
But...
we keep knowledge they must never have.
give it a chance. For me. I can't stay here and watch us waste away.
I'm sorry.
We'll die out.
I know.
Come on. I can't listen to this anymore.
君は BOS とたもとを分かつべきだと思うんだがな。
Found the missing patrols, or was something else on your mind?
ああ、これが、彼らのホロテープだ。
They were all dead then. I suppose I'm not surprised. We have few friends in the world above, and many enemies. But we must turn our minds to other matters. When I sent out those patrols, I also sent 3 knights out on scouting missions. When the patrols failed to return, we assumed the worst, and sent a single communication to the scouts to hold position and maintain radio silence. I want you to contact those scouts and gather their reports. Like the patrols, they have devices on them that will enable you to track them. When you find them, tell them you're my representative, and ask them if the bears are still hunting. That should get them to talk to you.
クマはまだ狩りをしているか。
Return when you've gathered all of their reports.
合言葉か。じゃあ、それ、どうにかする？
He wouldn't listen. The truth was right there staring him in the face. How could he not listen?
まあ見るからにもうなんか諦めてる感じだよね。
ダメみたいですね。
そんなチャンスはなかった。初めから彼の気持ちは決まっていたんだ。
I see that now. I thought I knew him better than that, but it was like talking to a stranger. How can I help them when they won't accept it?
どうする？
I don't know if I can stay. Maybe it'd be better for everyone if I left. Spent my life somewhere else. Work with the followers of the apocalypse, maybe. Put my knowledge to some good use. Or I can stay here with the people I care about and do whatever I can until it comes to a slow or sudden end.
まあ一応聞いとくか。フォロワーズ・オブ・ザ・アポカリプスとはどういう連中なんだ？
Okay, so take the Brotherhood, replace their knowledge of super weapons with half as much knowledge of medicine and farming. Sprinkle in a little compassion for people outside their group and healthy disrespect for authority, and voila, followers. I never really considered joining before, but now that I think about it, it really sounds like it could be a good fit, doesn't it?
まあ BOS とどまるのは得策じゃない気がするんだよな。行こう。それが君の未来への第一歩だ。
There's no getting around that, is there? What would my life be like here, knowing what's to come? They're not gonna like this. We're given a chance when we're young to choose whether to stay. If we do, it's supposed to be for life. But they haven't left me any choice. It's this or a lifetime of scavenging and watching my friends die and losing battles. Let's get going. I'd like to get my mind off all this, and some fresh air would do me some good, right about now.
そうだ。行こう。あ、
なんだこのおっさん。
with the elder. We won't stand for this.
誰だよ。
そうだよ。違うだろ。
理想は彼らが試練に耐えることで強化される。ベロニカの問いかけはあなたに役立った。
She'd be doing a greater service by carrying out her duties and not trying to undermine the elder's authority. This had better be the last time her loyalty falters. You've been warned.
全然
ガバガバじゃねえかよ。
Well, if there was any question of whether I should leave, I guess there's my answer.
まだ私と旅する気があるかい？
Sure. I want to establish a connection with the followers first, but as far as I know, drifting is part of the job description.
彼らを残してきて本当に良かったか？
Yeah, I think if I stayed, I'd end up causing trouble. Sometimes I just can't help myself. This way is better for me and for them.
じゃあここから出よう。
I think that'd be best. There's a followers outpost up near one of my old scavenging grounds. Used to do some trading with a doctor there. If I work out of there, I'll still be able to keep tabs on Hidden Valley if I needed to. I know that route like the back of my hand. If it's all right, I'd like to head that way. Meet some people, see if I can be of any use.
俺についてこい。
チラチラチラチラチラチラ。
なんかいるな。いえっと。
What do you want? And don't try anything funny.
エルダーの代理で来た。クマはまだ狩りをしているのか尋ねるようにと。
You speak truly, for it is unlikely that an outsider would know both the Elder's name and that passphrase. Very well. I've been observing the penal facility there in the distance for some time now, after having followed some rather disturbing rumors. The facility was run by the NCR for a time, but the prisoners overcame their guards and now use the prison as a base from which to conduct raids. What puzzles me is why these men have been allowed to run wild for so long unchecked. Why has the NCR not retaken this place? Give this to the Elder. My observations are all within. Perhaps he will have a better idea of what this situation portends.
Don't take another step if you value your life. For what purpose do you approach me?
まあ、そういうことだ。
Strange that the Elder should send an outsider. but I suppose he has his reasons. My observations have mostly focused on the small town to the south of here. It was cruelly attacked, its inhabitants slain nearly to the last. That such an act could occur so far west is nearly unthinkable. The NCR has forces in all directions, and an outpost scant miles west from here. That they have not responded to this violence shows either an unwillingness or inability to properly defend their borders, which is telling. I've collected such musings in this report. Please take it to the elder.
了解した。
Hold up there. This area is locked down by the NCR military until we can dislodge some Legion snakes from Nelson.
そうなんですよ。私はアルミラというものだ。
Is that so? Can't say I've ever heard a good word
あ、
about it.
そ
Lots of bad ones, though. So why don't you just turn your butt around and scoot back down the road before I blast some daylight through?
誰かに自分のことを言われるのを気にするのと同じさ。お前はリージョンに対処する方、助けが欲しいのか、いらないのか。
どっちだよ。
Well, I suppose I don't care much either. At least not enough to turn down an offer for help. If you had a few dozen doses of Psycho on you, maybe we could pep those weepy troopers into charging down into Nelson and taking back the camp. But since that's not likely, you could help me take out the Legion's troopers.
人間のクズがほらほら。
なぜ人質を殺すんだ。
The troopers won't go down into camp with their comrades at risk. Dirty game the Legion likes to roll out whenever they get a chance. Problem is, Ranger Milo doesn't want to play. If we take out the hostages, they've got squat for leverage.
彼らを救出しようとはしないのか。
Back at Ranger School, they taught us not to run headlong into a battle when you're outnumbered 10 to 1. You want to go down there and try to haul those crippled boys off those poles? You're dumber than you look.
さあ行こうぜ。
Good. We clear out the hostages, they lose their advantage. They're down in a clearing, crucified on some telephone poles. I'll cover you from the ridge. Just make it quick. These boys should be put out of their misery, not plinked to death with some old varmint rifle. And don't get any dreamy notions about playing the hero and dragging these boys out. You'll get swarmed. Now let's go.
なんだか。なんだか成り行きで。こんなことになった。人質をなんてな。
いやー、きついっす。
援護ってなんかスナイパーライフルとか。なんか。向こう、俺には攻撃してこないんだけど。あれ、俺リージョンとは敵対しなかったっけ？シーザーリージョン、ゾウ向けられてた。
ダメみたいですね。
ダメみたい。
はい。
まあなんだか知らないか俺は敵視されてないから目標に突っ込むとするからなんかマジで敵いっぱいいるわ。
どうしよっかな。
あ、
やっちまうぞ。やっちゃいましょうよ。
敵はどこだ？
クソが。
お前死んでんじゃん。
落ちたな。
まあいいわ。
Approach slowly, stranger. If
いつものね。
then I am sworn to report. I've been dividing my time between the camps to the north and south of here. One belongs to the NCR, the other to a band of slavers known as Caesar's Legion. I was sure the NCR would quickly win, but that has not happened. Instead, the two sides have reached a stalemate, and only occasionally send skirmishers against one another. If I didn't know better, I'd say neither side is confident enough to push for a full victory, which seems strange given the NCR's technological edge. In any event, I've recorded my findings in this report. Please deliver it to the Elder. I'm sure he will find the contents most interesting.
さてと。それじゃ、エルダーのところへ戻るか。お待たせ。
Have you had any luck finding the scouts? Or did you...
はい、そうです。これが彼らの報告書だ。
Good. Let's take a look. If I'm reading this right, it appears that the NCR's grip on this region is nowhere near as firm as I thought. I'll have to review these in detail, but these reports have given me much to think about. Thank you, Outsider. You've become someone I can count on, so I believe I can share something rather confidential with you.
どうぞ。
The device that creates the sandstorms above, that masks our comings and goings, was only intended to be used in case of emergencies. It was never meant to be used with any regularity, and the other systems here were not designed to accommodate such usage. In particular, the air filtration system simply cannot handle the quantity of sand and grit that it's been forced to cope with these last few years. As a result, the system is failing, albeit slowly. I'm told we have a scant few months before it shuts down completely. Should that happen, it will quickly become impossible to breathe here in the bunker. Already the air quality begins to slightly worsen. I would like you to find the components we need to fix this bunker's air filtration system. I cannot overstate the importance of this task. See Senior Knight Lorenzo for the details. He's the one who brought the matter to my attention, and the only other person who is aware of it.
君か？
Oh, you must be the outsider everyone's buzzing about. Pleased to meet you. I'm Lorenzo, Senior Knight and General Handyman around here.
ロレンゾ。エルダーは空気浄化システムを修理するための部品を私に回収してほしいのだ。
So now I'm going to have your death on my conscience too? Great.
はい。詳しく頼む。
The items I'll need to keep the system running are a differential pressure controller, a reverse pulse cleaner, and several HEPA cartridge filters. At present, my best guess for finding the items would be to search any of the old vaults in the area.
ボルト探索か。
These vaults were usually built much like these military bunkers, even using the same contractors in their constructions at times. I'll mark the vault's locations on your map. Best of luck to you.
さて、ボルト。ボルト11。